faster race, but we will see what they are doing. We see Daniel NIERO now. And his teammate Giuseppe Bramante. Daniel NIERO in first position. Nolan BEDDIAF in second, Bart swings. Then we see Morel from Spain. Behind Bart swings, we see Diogo Marreiros from Portugal. Silver medal winner this tournament yesterday.
It's also a strange thing, right? The world champion from last night on the points race is not racing here. Is the Colombian team so strong? Do they have so many good skaters, or?
Yeah, they have. I mean, Zapata wasn't racing on the track. I thought Manuel SAAVEDRA and CUJAVANTE did both of the races. So it was just one race for Zapata and he took the win. So now I think they will maybe try to get SAAVEDRA on the podium.
Well, this will not be easy in this field because we see a lot of top-class skaters.
They're all top-class skaters, otherwise you're not in this final.
Well, do we have 32 top-class skaters in the world?
What do you say? Sorry, the music is really loud.
Oh, we hear the music. Do we have 32 top skaters in the world? I mean, I see a few skaters I never heard before. Maybe that's my problem. But some skaters from Japan, some skaters from the United States are not that familiar to me.
Well, of course there's a different level, but all of these skaters made it first to qualify for their own countries. Of course, not everybody can win this race, but we can have some nice surprises, you never know.
Maybe like yesterday, because the victory from the Colombian skater was a surprise for me.
Yeah, it was a few years ago in the Netherlands to try ice skating. And he was just skating with the girls. He wasn't really, he had to learn it. He wasn't really good at that moment. And now he's world champion. And I saw some posts on Instagram that he was thinking about a retirement, but he kept skating. And yeah, it was also a surprise for him. You saw on his face that he became world champion.
Yeah, and we see a different tactic from some countries. You see a lot of guys fighting for the first positions in the peloton, and then you see the guys from South Korea. They're totally in the back, relaxing, don't waste any energy. Maybe that's a good tactic for the first part of the race. But when the eliminations are there, you have to move up.
Yeah, and they have to take care that they are not crashing.
We also see Martin from France in the back of the peloton.
Martin from France.
Could have been a Dutch guy, actually, Martin.
Yeah. Or a Portuguese guy. The former teammate of Diogo Marreiros.
There we see for the first time Crispijn NED in the lead in front of Livio Wenger and CUJAVANTE from Colombia.
Now we see the guys from USA on the outside.
Yeah, and you see the two South Korean guys chilling in the back, relaxing, don't waste any energy, and the front skaters are fighting. So, but if you're in the back now, it's pretty hard to go up front, right? Totally to the front, it's a long way.
Yeah, but if you keep trying like to the front, to the back, to the front, to the back, you better, it's easier to keep one place like you see the last 7 skaters doing now. Also Stefan DUE SCHMIDT from Denmark is staying there, and a guy from Portugal.
Yeah, so it's Patxi ESP from Spain.
We saw Daniel NIERO trying to be in front of Felix GER. It's not easy for a little guy like Daniel NIERO to fight.
I think Felix never knew he was there.
Probably. It's like the mouse and the elephant. Oh, the other guy of Italy. was street, so I don't.
It's the same as in the women's race. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of changing in position. And the South Koreans pick this time to try to go to the front.
Yeah, they don't do a breakaway like the girls did yet. But it's also like if you're in the peloton now and because it's changing so fast, you're also quickly in the back of the peloton.
So Livio Wenger has 2 warnings now. So he's not allowed to get another warning, then he's disqualified and out of this race. And we see big Felix GER, the guy from Germany, is now in the lead, followed by his teammate from power slide, Belgium skater Bart Swings.
Talking about warnings, I don't see Peter Michael in this race. He had 2 warnings this morning. What happened?
He was fighting a lot with Bart Swings this morning, and he's actually not in a race. So maybe he got disqualified or just decided not to race. I actually don't know, but he's not in this race.
We have no Peter Michael in this race, as Nobuyasu Koretsu is eliminated on place 31. Maybe, like you said, Sandri Tuss may be sick. They are boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe they are both having a fever or so. Or they're just out of shape.
The Japanese skater leaves the race now. And we see Crispijn NED from the Netherlands too far in the back. His teammate Gary HEKMAN is in a good position. So Crispijn move up and go to Gary.
Yeah, they are not racing with earphones, I guess, earplugs. He's okay. Because my Jacob Ulreich is in the back of Crispijn. It's the guy from South Korea, Yong Byung-kwan. He got some good results last year in the junior category.
Yeah, he became world champion, I think. But he's out now.
I think he became second.
So
yeah,
the Spanish skaters are leading now in front of Gary HEKMAN.
The guy from Korea was more of a point racer. He was points elimination champion on the track and a silver medal on the 10K points on the road, and also a bronze medal in the elimination race on the track last year. But that was all in junior.
So we see Belgium skater Tim Sibiet in the last position now, but he's moving up, so he will not be eliminated. It will be the guy from South Korea.
What was he doing? He was like sitting with his hands on the back.
Yeah, the 2 South Korean guys are out already in this race. And Crispijn NED, who was in the back of the peloton just 2 laps ago, is now skating in the front.
Yeah, now we see Gary HEKMAN in the back of the peloton. Just 5 skaters behind him.
So they better come together, right? It's easier. You see the most countries, but not all, together.
But it's a lot of time like moving to the back and the front. So when you take a lot of skaters with you, your teammates can be just in 2 seconds in the back of the peloton. They need to find each other.
Yeah, so we don't have any idea who's the leading guy for the Netherlands this race. It can be Gary, it can be Crispijn, or maybe they don't have a plan yet.
We have Tim Sibiet now out of the race. 27 skaters left and 44 laps to go.
Yeah, so now we see Felix GER in the front. Yesterday he was in the good breakaway, but he was not strong enough to make it to the podium.
Will he be today strong enough?
Well, normally Felix is more of a points racer, and he's also strong in the marathon, and he's all by himself.
Is he racing for Bart Swings now, as they are teammates?
It really looks like it, huh? They're teammates in the power slide team. And Bart has no teammate anymore in this race because Tim Sibiet is already out.
Yeah, probably the guy from Germany now, or the guy from Austria. No, it's a guy from Austria, Jacob Ulreich. Place 27 for him.
Yeah, and it's still Felix GER in the front of the peloton. He's leading this race in front of his teammate in the power slide team, Bart Swings. And the 2 French guys are now following them. followed by the Italian and the Colombian skaters.
We see a lot of countries together, France, Italy, Colombia, Spain, USA, but the Dutch guys didn't find each other so far in this race.
Yeah, so Gary is in the front of the race and he wants to go there somewhere.
Oh, will it be David Pedro from Portugal? We see also Patxi PEULA in the back. No, it's David Pedro from Portugal.
Yeah, we see Patxi there, but he's a strange skater sometimes. He can be in the back, but just a few laps later he's totally in the front again. So he knows what he's doing.
You see his teammate looking for him. Hey, dude, what are you doing? We need to move up.
So for the first time this race, the two Dutch guys are together now in the front of the peloton. It's Gary HEKMAN who's leading in front of his teammate Crispijn Ariens, and there is Belgian Bart Swings who goes around him and takes the lead now.
We saw Daniel NIERO trying to get the place behind the two Colombians, but he's now behind Bart Swings in second position. And we see the guy Philipp Vosner from Germany who has to leave the race now. 24 skaters in the peloton and 38 laps to go.
Yeah, so Bart Swings is leading the group now. And there is Martin Ferry from France.
Oh, body check between
Nolan,
Bart Swings and Nolan BEDDIAF.
There was no space. There was no space for Nolan, but Bart Swings decided not to fight. It's not a good idea to fight too much because this costs a lot of energy.
Ooh, what is the French guy doing?
Martin.
Yeah, we just call him Martin. He was grabbing. Ooh. A lot of fighting.
A lot of grabbing. And we saw Daniel NIERO fighting with Patxi PEULA, with CUJAVANTE.
And we see Renato Campana Lalama leaving the race from Ecuador.
Yeah, so they're all fighting for the back of Bart Swings. A lot of fighting. Now
Nolan BEDDIAF and Diogo MARREIROS.
We see CUJAVANTE is now behind him, followed by his teammate and the two skaters from Italy.
And we see that Bramante wants to have the back of Daniel NIERO, but also Diogo MARREIROS wants to have the back of Daniel NIERO, as they know each other very good, as they are skating for bond skates together.
Ooh, nice move from Crispijn Ariens. He's now behind CUJAVANTE and Bart Swings, so he has a good position now.
And we saw the guy from USA, number 94, Zachary Stoppelman. No, it was Olivier Wenger who eliminated, as he was already out of the peloton probably.
Yeah, he was in the back of the he was dropped already, yes. So next elimination now. No, the bell is now, so the next elimination will be in 1 lap. Crispijn Ariens is leading in front of Gary HEKMAN.
So I think they are racing for Gary.
Gary HEKMAN is actually a very fast skater. Maybe he can surprise us with a medal today.
Yeah, probably. That would be a surprise. It would be the first medal for the Netherlands without a junior man, as they took all the medals so far. And we see Zachary Stoppelman in the back now. He has to leave the race.
Yeah, and Frenchman Martin is also in the back of the group now. So Crispijn Ariens is taking the lead. He is a strong skater. He is one of the strongest skaters in the group, that's for sure. He was world champion marathon in 2013 in Sanford. No, it was later, 15.
Which distance?
But a marathon.
No, it was actually 2013 in Belgium.
Oh, that's right.
As I heard, Bart Swings thought that it was you, Jan van Loon, in the breakaway, but it was Crispijn Ariens, and then he took the win solo. Because everybody knows that you don't have to
not let Crispijn go.
Yes.
If it's Jan van Loon, just let him go, but Crispijn, you cannot do it. because he's so strong. And when he skates alone, he never stops. So we hope to see this again in the marathon in 2 days.
Yeah, as we are talking, David Morel from Spain has to leave the race. The guy from Chile is moving up now between the Dutch guys.
Yeah, so Gary will probably pass him on the next straight, I would say, but
he seems okay with it.
He seems okay with it, yeah. Maybe it's better to have 2 skaters in front of you, like from one.
But now we see Felix Reijhnen moving on the outside. He's taking a lot of skaters with him.
So we have 29 laps to go, so we're over halfway the race. And it's Martin in the back.
Oh, fighting with Stefan DUE SCHMIDT.
And it looked like he pushed him out of the corner.
So, no, it's Stefan DUE SCHMIDT who's out. Place 20 for him. 28 laps to go.
So again, the Dutch guys go to the front with Crispijn NED and Gary HEKMAN. When they hear the bell for another elimination sprint. But they're not to the front yet. It's still Felix Reijhnen, but there they are together in front of Felix Reijhnen from Germany and Bart Swings.
And we see Martin from France in the back of the peloton with Giuseppe Bramante from Italy. Martin Ferrier on the inside. The guy from Chinese Taipei in the back. Number 25, Fu-Shiuan from Chinese Taipei.
And there's Daniel NIERO from Italy. He still looks strong.
It seems easy.
Yeah, and together
Diogo
with
Marreiros in his back.
teammates with the bond skating team, so they know each other. And again, a lot of fighting behind Bart Swings.
Yeah, and while we are here in Arnhem, we see Belgium leading against Brazil with 1-0 in soccer, for the ones who wants to know. So maybe if someone's telling Bart that his country is leading and on their way to the semi-final, probably on the World Championship. Oh, Bramante and Reijhnen are fighting.
So what will the judges decide? Is Bramante out by fault or will it be Felix Reijhnen?
64, Bramante out.
Yeah, and Felix Reijhnen should concentrate on the race now. Yeah, so Bramante by fault. So still Crispijn NED in the lead. He's working really hard to get Gary HEKMAN in the final of this race. Can they do it?
Yeah, we see Felix Reijhnen with Santiago Rumek in the back of the peloton now. You see a little gap between the guy from USA and Diogo Marreiros from Portugal.
Yeah, and the defending world champion, Nolan BEDDIAF, is still in the race. We didn't see much of him, what is normally a good sign in this type of race.
And Santiago Rumek from Argentina is out of the race now.
Yeah, Nolan BEDDIAF sitting there in the back of Bart Swings. It's a good position for now. Not in the last lap, because it's very hard to pass the Belgian skater in the last lap. So there is Daniel NIERO again, taking the lead.
I think he doesn't want to lead, but he's by himself now.
Yeah, so I think he will slow down a little bit after the next elimination sprint. Let the Dutch guy pass and try to hop in.
Yeah, as you see here, it's really hard to be in the back because you have to sprint really hard. Will it be Patxi, Felix Reijhnen, or another guy on the inside? No, it's Felix Reijhnen from Germany.
But like I said, Daniel stopped skating fast and now he's back in the group, trying to get a good position.
He's behind Diogo Marreiros now.
Yeah, Diogo Marreiros is behind the two Dutch guys. Then we see the two skaters from Colombia, Nolan BEDDIAF
Oh, and Ken Kawada tries to be in front of Crispijn Ariens.
Yeah, and there was no space, but it's so hard to stop a skater from doing that. So there are not that many skaters left anymore, Lisanne. You know how many skaters left now?
Yeah, we have only 15 skaters left and 19 laps to go. And we see Martin Ferrier from France leaving the race now. Place 15 for him, so 14 skaters left.
So again, Crispijn Ariens is in the lead. He's leading in front of Gary HEKMAN. And Crispijn is so strong. He's doing a great race so far with 18 laps to go.
Yeah, and we see the guys from Colombia in the middle of the group now. As I said, Manuel Saavedra is moving to the outside.
Then he's bringing
in front of
Giuseppe with him.
MARREIROS now. Oh, we see Patxi PEULA in the back now. In front of him, the guy from the USA, Herb Herbison.
Yeah, the guy from USA is actually surprising in this race. He's still in, but I think he's the last one on the line now. Or will it be the guy
from Chile? Yeah, it's number 17 from Chile, Hugo Ramirez Boada. And as we are sitting next to the USA crowd, you might hear them.
So Bart Swings is leading now. Also, Team Belgium is leading at the World Soccer Games with 1-0. And all the time he's followed by Nolan BEDDIAF.
Behind Nolan BEDDIAF, we see Gary HEKMAN. Can he get on the podium in this race? We see CUJAVANTE working for Saavedra now from Colombia.
Yeah, Crispijn Ariens, a Dutch guy who did a lot of leading in the peloton, is now eliminated.
And we still see Herbison from USA in the race.
So great race for Crispijn Ariens. He did a lot of work for his teammates, Gary HEKMAN.
Can Gary HEKMAN finish it?
He looks a little bit tired in the face, but maybe it's just for show. His beard is in the way, so I'm not entirely sure.
He's in 5th position now. We see Bart Swings wants to sit behind Daniel NIERO. And Nolan BEDDIAF is all the time in the back of Bart Swings now. Now Herbison is having a hard time. Can he make it another time? Oh, he's close.
Well, there's also Ken Kawada in the last position. I think it's Ken Kawada or the guy from the United States. Yeah, it's Herb Herbison. He eliminated in 12th position. So now we see for the first time this race, Jorge Bolaños. We didn't see him the whole race. And there he is.
Yeah, we just saw his the guy in the junior race also from Ecuador, so that might inspire him as well. Of course, we are now in the elimination and not in the points race.
So the guys heard the bell, and when they cross the finish line, it's only 10 laps to go in this 20K elimination race senior man. So we see Ken Kawada now in last position together with Patxi PEULA.
And Gary HEKMAN in 5th position now. Yeah, it's Ken Kawada from Argentina. So we have 10 skaters left and 10 laps to go. And still Gary HEKMAN is in this race.
That's now CUJAVANTE, the multiple world champion on the track. He's leading in front of his teammate, SAAVEDRA. So they will probably try to get SAAVEDRA on the podium in this race.
Yeah, Manuel Saavedra doesn't have a gold medal so far. And all his teammates in the long distances have. So I think they will try to give him the gold medal.
Well, there's CUJAVANTE again, but he lost his teammate now.
Yeah, Saavedra thought it was enough to stay there.
Gary HEKMAN is in the back of the group now. Can he do it? He's going on the inside. Normally not the...
Yeah, oh no, the guy from Chile stopped skating. So Gary is fine. It's Raul PEDRAZA from... Oh, wow. This surprise. This is not true. Can someone tell Diogo to keep skating? Oh, crash! No, no, no! Oh my God!
4 skaters crash. Yeah, 4 skaters
Diogo
crash.
MARREIROS, Gary HEKMAN, and Ecuador, Jota Bolaños.
The defending world champion Nolan BEDDIAF is also on the ground.
We only have 5 skaters left, and CUJAVANTE is giving a lot of speed now as they don't want to have the other skaters in the race anymore, and we have 7 laps to go.
And just 5 skaters in the first group. Oh, there was a bad crash, and hopefully all the skaters are okay. There's Nolan BEDDIAF trying to come back
and
in the first group.
And now Diogo MARREIROS is eliminated.
Oh, what a bad crash for Gary HEKMAN. He did a great job in this race. It was not his fault, I think.
No, and we see Nolan BEDDIAF coming back to the group now. So we have 6 skaters who can go for the gold medal. Or will Jota Bolaños come back as well? 6 laps to go.
So that's really strong from Nolan BEDDIAF to come back after that bad crash. He's now back and maybe he can get a medal. So it's CUJAVANTE in the lead now in front of Bart Swings. Then we see Daniel NIERO. Then we see SAAVEDRA from Colombia. Patxi ESP from Spain. And from France we see Nolan BEDDIAF.
Yeah, and as you can see, Patxi and Nolan are having a hard time. So I think the battle for gold will go between Manuel SAAVEDRA, Bart Swings and Daniel NIERO. But the race isn't finished yet. Maybe we got a surprise. And Jota Bolaños is back in the peloton.
Can Bart Swings get his first gold medal? He missed the World Championships for 5 years and now he's back in the Netherlands to try to get another gold medal in the World Championships. And maybe this is his race, this is his distance. He also, of course, has the marathon next Sunday. But maybe he can do it now. And Nolan BEDDIAF is going behind Bart Swings again. Like nothing happened, like he didn't crash. Oh, and Daniel NIERO looks so strong. He skates so easy. He will be on the podium for sure.
Yeah, we have an elimination now. And we see Jota Bolaños in the back of this group. Yeah, he has to leave the race. And we have 6 skaters left, 2 laps to go. And we see Bart Swings in front now. 2 Colombian guys, Nolan BEDDIAF from France, Daniel NIERO from Italy, and Patxi PEULA from Spain.
So when they cross the finish line, it's only 2 laps to go. Only 1 more elimination. And then they do the last lap with 5 skaters. So Patxi PEULA is in last position now, and Bart Swings is in the first position. And there is Daniel NIERO is the last skater. He looks really strong, so he has to make a move.
And you see him moving on the outside now. And we go to the bell. Ooh, Colombia in 5th and 6th.
So CUJAVANTE is out, and it is Bart Swings who hears the bell at the first position. Bart Swings is leading. Behind him, we see Nolan BEDDIAF. Nolan BEDDIAF, he crashed just a few laps ago.
Daniel NIERO on the outside. Daniel NIERO is moving to 3rd. Will it be Bart Swings, Daniel NIERO, or Nolan BEDDIAF?
So it's Bart Swings in the lead. Bart Swings will take down his first goal. Bart Swings from Belgium is world champion in the elimination race, senior man. And I think it was Daniel NIERO in 2nd. Oh, and the crowd goes crazy. A lot of people here today. And Bart Swings will be so happy with this world title.
Yeah, official now. Daniel NIERO silver and Nolan BEDDIAF bronze medal. Bart Swings, world champion, 20K elimination race.
Yeah, Bart Swings was the strongest on this and we have the finals of the 1 lap in the juniors.
Yeah, but for the Belgians, they don't have any skaters in the final.
But what do you prefer to watch? A World Championship, inline skating, or what, soccer?
No, for me it's inline, but
here we see the last straight Bart swings. He is extraordinary. He's a great skater in this elimination race. He looked strong. He was the best skater in my opinion last night, and now he is world champion.
There you see.
So Team Belgium. Now we're looking back to the highlights of the last race.
But Crispijn Ariens here in the lead and a lot of fighting. Still a lot of fighting.
It was such a nervous race, huh?
Yeah, I think we will see the crash again. Oh yeah, we see Nolan BEDDIAF moving to the outside. And you saw the guy from Ecuador. Oh, crash! No, no!